And we're live. Hooray! Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to the Kitchen Witch ritual, open ritual. Everyone, welcome. Spring Equinox. I know it was last weekend, but you know, we're busy.
And the energies are still here.
Yes, they are indeed. They are. Yeah. Indeed. I think it's like any of the Sabbaths, isn't it? You kind of celebrate them for a few weeks beforehand and a few weeks afterwards, and it all works. It all slots into place. If you are here, please do pop a hello in the comments, and we will say hello. I'll just get you up on the phone to make sure it's there we are. There we are. Oop. No, I don't want to cast it to my TV screen. Thank you very much. It's my phone being far too clever. Hello, Sue. Hello, Diane. Hello, Carla. Hello, Trudy. Welcome, everyone. Lovely to see you. And hello to Amanda as well. Spring Equinox wishes to you all. Hello, Lani. Welcome. We will give it a few minutes for everyone to find us. And hi, Martina. Looking forward to this. Yes, we are too. It's lovely to share this with you guys. Absolutely brilliant to be able to share it with people across the globe, which is fantastic. We miss our open rituals in person, but obviously that limits it to the amount of people that can actually get to where we do them. So this is brilliant. Hello, Xenia. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lily. If you see me looking off screen, it's because I'm looking at my phone, because not all of your names come up on here for some reason. Yeah, hello, Elizabeth. Hello to Christopher. Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you all. So we're going to do a ritual in a bit when everyone's found us and settled down. We will be doing some spell work. You don't need anything. You can just watch. You can participate by saying some of the words. They will come up on the screen. You can work the spell if you want. The list of items are in the event on Facebook, but you can also watch the replay and do it at your own leisure afterwards, or you can just visualize. It is entirely up to you. As always, we're really flexible. Well, not yoga type flexible, but a witchcraft's flexible. Don't be asking me to do any cartwheels or anything.
No, me neither.
Hi, Lorene. Hi, Ulrike. Hi, Elizabeth, back from hospital. Daughter very sick. Oh, no. Sending very, very positive healing blessings to your daughter, Elizabeth. Hi, Eva. Still mixing the incense. Mix faster. Hello to Cos. Hello to Jill. Lots of lovely people. Thank you so much for joining us. We have ritual this evening written by the lovely Ness. Thank you. Why am I formal? Why have I got my full name and you guys have just got your first names being all friendly? Look.
I'm always just Ness. I very rarely put, even the blogs are just put Ness. I just think I'm just Ness. That'll do.
So that I don't forget. I do forget who I am sometimes. Hello to Suzanne. Hi, Jackie from Ontario in Canada, across the pond. Hi to you too, Lizzie. And good evening. Yes, good evening in the UK, but morning time, I'm guessing, over the other side of the pond. Hello to you, Carol. Lots of lovely people. Couple of minutes and then we will get started. The spring equinox, obviously, say last weekend, but the energies are still with us. I've been out in the garden today, planting our dahlia corns, which look really ugly and really bizarre to imagine that they actually grow into such beautiful flowers. I still find amazing. Seeds or corms or bulbs or anything that you plant, and then it all kind of flourishes. Clever stuff, Mother Nature. Clever. Hello to Jackie from the New Forest, just down the road from me. Not far at all.
Oh, lovely place.
Yes, very nice place. We've been there been to Burley on a few jollies, haven't we? Hello to Julie. So yes, spring equinox. So we've got that spring energy. Does what it says on the tin, really, doesn't it? New growth, new plans. And I think for me, equinox is balance, but I think it brings everything back into perspective. If that makes sense, you can have a look at what you've been doing, whether it works. You can make new plans for the future. It's adjusting, isn't it? Making a few tweaks and changes so that you can move forward for your growth, really. And with the amount of cake that I eat, growth is
Yeah, we're missing your cakes.
Yes. Yes, so are we. I keep doing all this recipe testing and then we have to eat them.
Terrible.
Such a harsh. We have a lot of cake.
Well, I'm making bits and pieces from your book, your lemon drizzle tray bake. Oh, it's lovely. Really, really lovely.
Lemon drizzle cake's always good.
Mm.
I've lost track of who I've said hello to now. Oh, so if I said hello to yeah. Hello to Zoe, hello to Jackie, hello to Sarah, hello to Tessa. Hello, hello, hello. All right, Eva's got incense and oil mixed, herbs gathered, ready to rock and roll. Excellent, excellent. So we have got some spell work here. If you don't have the bits and pieces with you, don't worry. You don't have to work the spell this evening with us. You can do it at a later date. I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. If you haven't watched one of our rituals before, this is how it is.
We're just crackers.
Organised chaos is us. Carol's just finishing her dinner. I haven't had mine yet. So, yeah, I'm a bit hungry. I'll have it while I'm watching Midsummer Murders this evening. So, yes, if you haven't watched us before, it is a bit of organised chaos. But believe me, we do know what we're doing, she says.
It just comes together and works, doesn't it?
It always does. But yes, so you can just visualise throughout the ritual. Some words will come up on the screen if you want to repeat the last line of the quarter calls and the deity calls. It's entirely up to you. And of course, you can replay it afterwards. It will appear on Facebook as if by magic a couple of minutes after we've finished, and then it will go up on the YouTube channel as well. So you can come back to it. But if you want to just sit here with us and work through it, then you can use your visualization skills. Xenia loves Midsummer Murders too. Yes, I was unaware the new series has started, Xenia. That's why I'm a little bit excited now. Hello to Rosemary. Hello to Louisa. Hello to Heather. I'm here but can't hear. Flick the volume. Flick the volume.
Hold on, she says.
Yeah, hold on. Interesting deity we're going to be calling this evening. For those, if you've been watching our other waffles, myself and the ladies here have been working with some very, very ancient deities, some real originals from England, mostly. A lot of them are specifically tied to one place. Fascinating, hasn't it? It's been absolutely fascinating. Working our way through it. So we've been writing this course, which will be available at some point, but we're working through it all first to make sure it works. And Ness, you were called, weren't you, to include a particular deity today?
Yes. Yeah, Verbia. I think it's pronounced Verbia or Verbia, but when I wanted to write the ritual a little different, so I went with it. And I was thinking about a deity, and I was going to call upon Persephone, but Verbia suddenly sort of made herself a bit known, and I looked into it a bit more and thought, no, that's what I'm going to go with. So we're calling in Verbia this evening.
You've got to trust your intuition, haven't you? You have got to trust your intuition with these things. And when deity shouts at you, it pays. So we are working with probably quite an unknown goddess this evening. So it'll be an interesting one to go with. So if everybody's ready, just take a few minutes to ground yourself. Feet flat on the floor is usually a better way of doing it, but it's up to you. A few deep breaths in and out. Breathe in positive energy, breathe out negative energy, and just make a connection. Send out some roots down into the ground and make that connection with Mother Earth. And when we're ready, bit of visualization required. You have to imagine us standing in a field. When Ness is going to cast a circle, just visualize a circle surrounding you, and then the energy coming up and over you and below you to form a kind of bubble around yourself, above and below as well as around. And when we call in the quarters, just visualize your interpretation of those particular elements. And it all helps. Visualization all helps bring it in. So Ness, when you're ready.
We have gathered from far and wide, our hearts and minds connected. By the power of the energies that reside, the circle is now protected.
This circle is now protected.
Element of air, you are intellect, inspiration and imagination, ideas, possibilities and wishes. We ask you to join our ritual and lend us your energies. We welcome you.
We welcome you.
Elements of fire, you are change, motivation, creativity and willpower, authority and leadership. We ask you to join our ritual and lend us your energies. We welcome you.
We welcome you. Element of water, you are cleansing, healing, intuition and compassion, emotion and subconscious. We ask you to join our ritual and lend us your energies. We welcome you.
We welcome you.
Element of earth, you are stability, wisdom and knowledge, strength, prosperity and growth. We ask you to join our ritual and lend us your energies. We welcome you.
We welcome
you. Ancient goddess Vibia, we ask for your presence at our ritual and to lend us your energies, to promote wisdom, strength and spiritual growth, and to dispel what no longer serves. We welcome you.
We welcome you.
Spring equinox falls this year on Saturday, March the 20th at 5:37 a.m. our time. The length of the day and night are almost equal. It is the first day of spring with a promise of longer days ahead, filled with sunshine, warmth and light evenings. A time to clear away what no longer serves, free yourself from all things that hinder your progress, therefore promoting forward thinking, wisdom and growth. I'm going to make a herbal spell pouch for spiritual growth. If you have made the spring equinox oil that Sue shared in her blog, you may either use it to dress your candle or to anoint your third eye, or both if you want. You may also wish to use the incense blend that Sue made as well. If you don't have either of those, feel free to use your own if you have them.
If you want to go back and make them afterwards, they're on the Kitchen Witch blog, aren't they, Ness? I think
they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ritual will also be shared on the blog tomorrow. Cool. There's also a link within that to Sue's blog for her incense and oil blend as well.
Cool. That's kitchenwitchhearth.net/blog. I'm going to be really.
I'm glad you know that one.
Oh, there's a link come up in the comments. Look, that's the little Peter Pixie behind the screens. Right, hopefully I am going to flip my camera over now, she says. I'm a little bit techie. There, look, How about that for technology? She says. So if you've got your bits and pieces, join in with us. If not, use your visualization or do it later. It's entirely up to you. I just show you a quick, got to make sure I've got 2 cameras here and I've got to make sure I'm actually facing the right one. If you want to dress your candle and you've got an essential oil, I like to use, it's a makeup brush, but use your fingers if you want to. To draw something to you, you dress the oil from the bottom to the center and from the top to the center. And I just do it with the brush, but again, you can do it with your fingers from the top to the center, from the bottom to the center, and pop it in the candle holder. I'm not sure that's quite the right angle, but we're you can see it. That's a start. Then we'll light the candle. So you need a little pouch, a colour that you associate with spiritual growth. Purple for me is the colour I usually associate with any sort of psychic energy. What colour have you got, Sue? Helen's got purple. So
it looks blue, but it's purple.
It does. What colour have you got? What colour have you got, Ness?
I've got a little green one, but it's got a purple ribbon with it.
And Heather's got purple too. Yeah, I do tend to associate purple with anything sort of psychic or spiritual, but go with what you've got and go with what works for you. It has to be personal. So I've got a little pouch. These little organza pouches are so cheap and easy to use, and you can get them in all sorts of colours. But if you want to just use an envelope works really well as well. You can use, I'm going to say a handkerchief. Does anybody have handkerchiefs these days? I'm a bit old-fashioned.
Yeah, even a tissue sort of tied up with a bit of purple ribbon or something like that.
That would work. Tissue, paper, anything, piece of felt, anything like that would work. So use what you've got or what works for you, basically. It just needs to hold your herbs. Although do bear in mind that these little organza ones, if your herbs are quite fine, they do leak dust. They do leak herbal dust. Eva has a blue one. Excellent. Diane uses cotton hankies. Cool. I think we should.
She said both smell divine, so I don't know if that's Sue's oil and incense.
Yes, that's excellent. Glad you like that.
It's lovely.
So we've got a little pouch. You've got to add your herbs to it. Now, Ness has included some herbs in the blog and in the list for this event. Pick what herbs you associate with spiritual growth. It can be just one herb. It doesn't have to be hundreds of them, but trust your intuition. I've got 4 here, but it's entirely up to you. If you want to work with more magical numbers, go with 3, go with 7. Lani has a purple one as well. Yeah, the purple's a good colour. So you've got to trust your intent on here. You've got to trust your intuition on here, rather, and go with your intent. So I'm going to charge each herb as I add it. I have some fennel seeds here. Oop. Try not to knock the candle over because, that would not be good. So take your herbs in your hand and charge them with your intent for spiritual growth. Do not draw energy from inside of you. Draw it from outside. Allow it to come up from the earth or come from the sky or the air around you. Don't draw on your own inner energy, but charge your herbs with the intent of spiritual growth and then pop them in the bag. So I've done that with fennel. I've got some cardamom here as well. And we're going with 3 cardamom pods just because I like the number 3. Charge them with the energy of spiritual growth. Pop them in the bag. If you want to add pebbles, shells, feathers, crystals, anything like that, trust your intuition and you can add whatever you want to it. Lizzie has a black bag with gold stars. Excellent.
Oh, that sounds pretty.
Really pretty. I've got some mugwort here, which I'm also going to charge as well. And that's going in there. And then I've got some peppercorns here. Peppercorns and mustard, anything fiery like that, chilies, gives your spell a boost. It gives it a real kick up the butt. So that's why we like to add
Plenty of that then.
fiery things to it. So that's my little pouch done. And if you want to use the anointing oil that you used on the candle, if you want to also use it to anoint your third eye, which is right between your eyebrows, you can do that now as well. Dab the oil, dab it into your third eye, because that's where your psychic center is. Then hold your pouch, and you might like to say some words. Ness has written some lovely words here, and they are, look at that, as if by magic they appear on the screen. I see clearly.
I see clearly. Think clearly.
I trust my intuition. I trust in my
abilities.
I know my strength. I let go of what no longer
serves.
And you might want to add some visualization here. You might want to sit for a while and look at the candle, watch the flame, visualize, or even see, listen and hear for any messages that might come along as well. Ness, what would you do with the pouch afterwards once it's done?
You can place it on your altar. I would say a lot of people do ask how long they leave, things like that on their altar. I'd say whenever you feel that it's done its work. Probably Beltane. I would probably leave mine until Beltane, because I think that's another set of energies again. So hopefully by then your spell would have done what it was supposed to do. And if your candle, you can either let that burn down, or again you can put that on your altar and just light it at another time.
Excellent.
I've got to remember though,
Heather has a plain muslin bag to disguise its contents, made bag up before the ritual because I knew I would get interrupted.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you've got to trust your intuition and go with what works for you. Absolutely. Ness, Heather's asked if she can use it as an amulet.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, carry it around with you, put it in your bag. Yeah, you don't have to put it on your altar. Carry it with you if you just want a bit of reminder of getting that growth out there. And idea.
It might be.
Also got to make sure they're dried. Everything is dried in the little pouch.
To get it out when you're doing any divination as well, wouldn't it? Just to give you kind of boost as well. Excellent. I did forget to say, if anyone has any questions, do pop them in the comments and we will deal with them. If you have something to eat and drink, now is the time to eat, drink and be merry, although most of us have probably got water or cups of tea.
Yeah, got water.
It's so rock and roll.
I just had dinner, so just water.
After any energy work, you do need to ground yourself and eating and drink. Oh, you've got chocolate eggs. Enchanted eggs. Why are they enchanted?
Lovely. I don't have any chocolate in the house.
What are they?
They're gold.
Oh, gold.
Oh.
Gold chocolate.
Yeah.
Told you she was a Disney princess, didn't she? She's got the golden princess.
Who's that laid the golden eggs? I was just thinking that.
Cos says, charging and holding the bag just now, it's got really warm. Excellent. It's doing what it should do, Cos. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, and Martinez has done the same thing. Excellent. That's the energy flowing. That's what we want. That's what we want. Eva was outside enjoying the spring too much to bake anything, so only wine. Wine's good. Let's not. It's not just only wine. Wine's good. Elizabeth has wine and matzah. Excellent. Oh, Heather's got elderflower cordial and a spinach wrap. That sounds uber healthy. Yeah, Christopher hasn't let us down. He's got cake. Christopher has crumb cake. That sounds really nice. And that sounds nice. Posh. La Croix, peach clear sparkling water. That sounds
lovely.
It sounds it does sound very posh. Excellent. I must admit, I have eaten quite a lot of chocolate today. Well, it's a chocolate festival, really, isn't it? I think so, anyway. I had Aero dark milk chocolate, something like that. Anyway, it was very nice.
I don't have any chocolate left. My stepdaughter bought me 3 large bars of dairy milk for Mother's Day, and they're all gone.
Excellent, job done.
I was going to be good and just sort of have a few squares at a time, but I had that several times in a day.
Oh, Zoe has homemade brownies and strawberries to balance it out. It is the equinox. You've got to have balance. Brownies, strawberries. Perfect. Yeah, Christopher says, woo, wine. Yep. Cos has tea and shortbread cookies from Betty's Tea Room in Harrogate. Now, that is posh.
That sounds nice.
Very posh. Jane has chocolate cake frozen for Mother's Day. Chocolate cake is always good. Oh, Zoe's got red wine too. Erin forgot to take her butter out earlier, so I have to bake cookies afterwards. Drop the butter into a jug of warm water and it will melt quite quickly. Because, sometimes you need to make cookies in a hurry. Lizzie did sow lots of beans last weekend as a practical ritual for spring. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Carol's just had dinner, so it's only a drink. It's not a problem, Carol, not a problem. Xenia, my hands and herbs also got really hot. Excellent. To be honest, I altered it a bit and sprinkled my herbs around the candle. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You could also roll the candle, couldn't you? Because the oil makes it sticky, so you could roll the candle in the crushed herbs as well to dress the candle. That would work just as well. Christopher loves Aero. It's a new one they've got out over here, Christopher, and it's a mixture of dark and milk chocolate, and it was very nice.
Sounds nice.
Very nice. Even Mrs. Cadbury eggs. We can't get them here, and they've been a part of spring for me since childhood. Oh. You'll have to eat lots of other chocolate to make up for it. Debbie's eating Smarties. Excellent. Do like a Smarties. Erin, I do that with eggs, but never thought to do that with butter. Yes, it does work. Lani's found a place where I can get tiny little chips of crystals in tiny bottles that are great for pouches. Yes, crystal chips are really, really good for putting in the pouches, because you don't then have to spend lots of money on a crystal to pop in it, do you? Crystal chips are brilliant for spell work. Absolutely.
I have a few, but I could do with getting some more.
I've got loads because I have bracelets and they always break.
Yes, they're really useful, aren't they?
Recycling my lifetime because it's getting dark.
Xenia,
just tell us, Lani, where you have been finding them.
Xenia already had food, but now I'm really hungry again and nothing to snack. Oh no! You might have to raid the cupboard afterwards. Raid the fridge.
That's better.
Eva planted peas and radishes in the garden today. It finally feels like spring. It's on its way, isn't it? Although you've got to watch out for those late frosts. We did plant up air dahlias today, but they are all in the greenhouse because we don't want to get them zapped by a late frost. Heather planted some seeds. Excellent. It is that time of the year. Lizzie's going to be sowing carrots, lettuce and radish as soon as it stops raining. Oh no. Yes, Lani, you will have to pop the link up if you don't mind to where you got your crystal.
Let us know.
Cos has been dealing with all the plant babies today, including those from the in bulk ritual. I'll be set for Samhain as I have over 30 pumpkin plants. Wow. My neighbours will love me when they grow all over the front of their house steps. Oh, it'll be Spot the Witch.
It sounds really lovely, doesn't it?
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Carol has lapis lazuli in front of her and a rainbow quartz and lit my purple candle.
Pretty.
That sounds absolutely perfect. Lani will add a link to the Kitchen Witch group. That's brilliant, Lani. Thank you very much. That would be very useful. Lizzie said we had snow in Wales 2 years ago. Yes, I have mentioned this before, but we've been to a barbecue at Easter where the person outside barbecuing was standing in the snow under an umbrella. So yeah, you do have to watch out for those late frosts because they do sneak up. I'm just reading through. Yes, look at Lani. We'll post a link to the crystal chips in the group. That's brilliant. Martina, cloudy here but dry, so we'll pop some crystals out. Yes, because it's the full moon as well, isn't it? It is the full moon. If you are charging your crystals under the full moon, I would suggest having a think about which ones you put out. I do charge crystals under the full moon, but I don't charge all of them because I think there are some crystals that benefit more from being charged in the sun or from being charged at different times of the moon phases. So something for me like carnelian or goldstone or sunstone doesn't quite fit with the moon for me. I find they're better being charged under the sun. So trust your intuition on that one. Do trust your intuition on that one because the full moon is good for cleansing things and tools as well. Magical tools, don't forget they work quite well being charged under the full moon. Jane says the weather is going to be lovely this week, so all the veggies are going to be planted. Yes, it's supposed to get quite warm this week, isn't it?
It is good weather.
Lily says, drew a card from my moon oracle deck over Yule that said, by the worm moon, I would be embracing a new phase, a new cycle. Can really feel the energizing energy and I'm experiencing it in the element of earth. Put some extra mustard and pepper in my pouch for extra oomph. Brilliant. It is that time of the year for new phases, new cycles. This is the time. Christopher says, husband finally made my garden boxes, so I'll get to start my vegetable garden soon. They sound brilliant. Oh, we definitely need to see photos of those, Christopher. we want to see everything growing, but that sounds like a fantastic idea. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. And we've got Diane, hoping it'll be warm enough to inspect my bees for the first time this year. I know, totally jealous.
Yeah, lovely.
I love bees. Yes, I'm very, very jealous of beekeepers. An ancient profession and one with so much magic attached to it. Trudy says moon water. Yes, you can make full moon water. Just pop a jar of water out. I would put a lid on it if you're popping it outside because you don't want it full of insects and things, or pop it on a windowsill where it can see the rays from the moon. But you can make different phases of moon water. It doesn't have to be the full moon. You can put it out under the waxing or the waning moon as well and get different phases of moon water to work with. But it'll be powerful. Full moon water is always powerful. Diane's hoping they'll be in a good mood. Oh, I hope so too. You don't want angry bees.
Yeah.
Zoe is saying Diane's honey is amazing. I am totally jealous. I love honey. It is one of my favorite things. And bees are just so magical. Brilliantly magical. Carol made moon water in 2019 and my plants absolutely flourished. Excellent.
Wow.
Christopher wants to keep a small hive someday. Yeah, I think we'd all love to do that. I don't know how much work is involved. I suspect there is quite a lot, actually. Yeah, Eva's saying, is it hard to take care of bees? I'm so tempted. Yes, I think it might well be. I think it might well be a little bit more than you think it might be. But fascinating things. Hello to Jackie. You don't need to apologise. You can watch the replay to catch up with it. Absolutely no problem at all. I'd just like to say a quick thank you to Peter the Pixie. My husband.
That's what it's going to be now on. Is Peter the Pixie.
My husband's behind the scene putting all the words up on the screen. So thank you for doing that. It's techie today. Trudy says, love bees. There's a peanut butter with honey and it's delicious. Oh, peanut butter with honey sounds nice. Diane says it's not hard, but you do need some knowledge. Yes, but it's so rewarding unless they're a bad-tempered. Yes, I think the idea of looking after bees is fantastic. But yeah, I would think you'd need to actually do some research first. And
perhaps some good-tempered bees.
Yes, seek out a guru. I would seek out someone that's actually done it and who can help you out, because yeah, you don't want to upset them. Lily, a couple of small bee houses. Yes, I had one of the sort of insect houses in your garden, because sometimes you get solitary bees, don't you, that live in the insect houses. Cos says, I used to have a bumblebee hive. They take care of themselves. Their descendants now live in the kitchen extractor fan. And outside and in the eaves of the downstairs loo. Every time you shut the loo door, it made them buzz. That's nature doing its thing, isn't it? Oh, Lani's posted the link. Thank you very much. Oh, that's good. Yes, Diane has suggested that you talk to your local beekeepers association. Definitely a very good idea. Heather says, I hid away in my screened porch for the ritual, and as you were calling the elements, my wind chimes started sounding as the wind whipped up, surrounded by my garden and all the plants. Amazing. All you need now is some rain. Hello to Sabrina. We are halfway through the ritual, Sabrina. Welcome, welcome. So yes, that's the spell work is there. If you want to go back and do it afterwards, then please do. Christopher got to hang out with bees yesterday while I was watching my lavender plants. They love lavender, don't they? They do love lavender. They're fascinating. I think they're absolutely fascinating things.
Lovely, isn't it? Just to sit and watch them. I love that when I'm fishing, just sit and watching the bees.
And listening to them, isn't it? Sometimes they're really noisy, especially if you're gardening. I'm sure they're saying, get out of my way. You're doing your weeding and I want to get to that plant. You know. Excellent. So you can replay this, obviously, work the magic at a later date if you want to. And obviously the spell can be worked here and tailor it to your own needs as well. It doesn't have to be what I put in mine. Ness has included some suggestions that will go up on the blog, but go with your intuition. Trust your intuition on what to put in it.
Yeah, go with it. There was just some ideas, but yeah, go with it. Use anything that you feel.
And what you have to hand as well, isn't it? That's, you know, it shouldn't don't go buying lots of expensive ingredients. Use what's in your kitchen cupboards. Diane says dandelions are so important to bees at this time of the year, so please don't pull up your dandelions, because there's not a lot else flowering at the moment, and the bees do rely on the dandelion flowers.
That's pretty.
Xenia loves lavender plants. Don't have plants on my balcony as they all die. Oh, but I have little birds coming to my bird food station. Yes, the sparrows have been out in our garden today, and I noticed quite a lot of them have come zipping past with long bits of dried grass and string and things as well.
The starlings are nesting in the eaves again, and we can always tell because they take out the old nesting material and just throw it, and you open my patio door and it's just covered with moss and twigs and old nesting material that they don't want.
So even the birds are having to clear out to start again.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's lovely. It is lovely.
So noisy, to be honest. Starlings I always think of as sort of noisy teenagers. Eva says, after working my way through most of the herbal remedies branch class, I'm planning a medicinal garden at my new house. It might be a nice addition. The bees will love the flowers planted for a medicinal garden. Absolutely. Carol, I bought bee and butterfly friendly flowers to plant, just waiting till middle of April to start planting as I'm up north. Yes, it's a little bit cold to be planting things outside at the moment. Yeah, I need a few weeks yet in England. I am down south, so it is a little bit warmer for me, but yeah, I wouldn't be planting anything outside at the minute. Although I have planted some sunflower seeds a couple of weeks ago. They're all quite nice now, but they are in the greenhouse. So yeah, they need to be sheltered just at the minute. Lizzie gets my honey from a local beekeeper and she delivers as well. It tastes different, doesn't it? It really does taste lovely. Ness bought us some honey from a local place a couple of months back, didn't you? And it was so lovely.
Yeah, they have the hives. They have the hives in their place, yeah, really. And obviously,
that's
because
right.
it's all local.
Where we did the herb walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they did have bees.
Carol's
interesting to see if they do anything.
Which we all learn, Carol. We all learn. I'm not very good with houseplants. Houseplants kind of scream when they come in my house, but I do love gardening outside. But it's all trial and error as well, isn't it? It's all about learning. Cos says every window ledge in her house is covered in plant babies. You have nursery windows, plant nurseries. Lily is over here in northern Indiana in America. We have to wait usually until second week of May. We do, Lily. I wouldn't put any of the tender plants or the bedding plants or anything like that won't go outside until the middle of May. There's too much danger of late frosts. But we have got a teeny tiny greenhouse, Gertie, the greenhouse. So everything's in there at the minute. Christopher's just remembered he needs to put my gnome flag back out in the garden. I
need to see this.
We need to see a gnome flag. I'm not even sure I know what a gnome flag is. We definitely need pictures of that. It sounds fantastic. Yeah, Diane says proper honey tastes of the local area. Well, it does, doesn't it? Because the bees will only be taking nectar from the flowers that are in the local area. So brilliant. And you're supporting local suppliers as well, aren't you? Definitely. Carol is looking forward to planting with my son as I'm trying to bring more pagan things into our homeschool life. I learned all I know about gardening from my dad. I was down the garden as a very, very small child, always covered in mud. So my mum used to despair, I think. But yeah, I learned everything from about gardening from my dad. It's good to teach children, definitely. Sue has lots of peas, beans and courgettes babies all over her windowsills too. Oh, now Erin is in Nova Scotia. Yeah, too cold for outdoor planting. Yep, definitely at the minute. Yep, Elizabeth's got we've all got windowsills covered with plant babies. Lizzie says supermarket honey is so sanitized it's essentially not even honey anymore. Yeah. Carol says, what easy herbs can I plant outside? Any advice? Welcome. Oh, lots of stuff. The hardier ones, though, I would avoid things like basil. Can't grow outside in England. Yeah, that won't grow outside in England. I struggle with parsley, actually, outside in England as well. But all the ones like sage and rosemary, thyme, they're all really good, aren't they, outside?
Yeah.
They'll all grow.
As long as it's not, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that we're traditionally used to, sage, rosemary, thyme, all really good for outside. Bay, yes, bay's a really good one too, isn't it?
A friend of mine grows coriander, and she only lives in my village, but she grows coriander, and it's just abundant in her garden. It just gets eaten in mine. Then
yeah,
I don't know how she does it. I mean, we're in the same village, but yeah, she can grow coriander, but I struggle. So yeah, I've got the hardy ones as well.
Elizabeth is suggesting lavender, sage, hyssop, and borage. Borage, I have borage self seeds everywhere, so that's brilliant. Lavender, you have to be careful of the soil. It won't grow in my soil because my soil is too heavy clay. But sage, yes, hyssop, yep, that grows quite well as well. Bear in mind that herbs mostly are Mediterranean, so have a think about the kind of soil they would grow in and the kind of conditions they will grow in as well. If all else fails, put it in a pot, and then you can adjust the soil and the watering.
Mine are all in pots.
Yeah, a lot of mine are. Yep. Oh, chives is another one. Eva suggested thyme, sage, chives, lavender. Chives grow really well in my garden too.
I've never grown them. I must get some.
Well, yes, because you get the flowers as well, don't you? Which the bees love as well, and they're edible too, aren't they?
Should get some seeds.
Yeah, Trudy likes borage too. Borage is so pretty, and it does. Yes, Eva says it can get rather invasive. Yes, along with mint. If you're growing mint, put it in a pot. Always put it in a pot.
And lemon balm.
And lemon balm, yes, lemon balm.
And mugwort.
Because mint sends out runners and lemon balm sends out runners, and you end up, it takes over the garden. It really does.
My dog eats my lemon balm if I'm not quick. She loves it.
Zoe said rosemary's very hardy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Needs good drainage though, doesn't it?
Colin's suggesting bergamot too. I grew bergamot for the first time last year, and I was really pleased with it. Yep, Sue says bay as well. That's another good one. I guess Cos is saying mint and lemon balm in pots. Yeah. I'm quite. Zoe's impressed with growing coriander too. Actually, I've not tried coriander. Yeah, Eva had dill, but the caterpillars eat it. Lizzie's suggesting she buys parsley from the supermarket, then splits it up and repots it. Yes, you can get the little pots, can't you, with the herbs in the supermarkets, and just split them up and grow it.
Okay.
Give it a try. Give it a try and see what grows, really.
Got marjoram.
Marjoram. Yes, that's another one. Isn't it?
That went mad, that did, in my garden.
Oregano or oregano, depending on what part of the world you're from. Elizabeth's planted chamomile for the first time. That makes a really nice lawn, doesn't it? Chamomile lawn. Yeah, Eva's got them in pots so that they can be moved. Yeah. Fennel, yes, fennel's another one as well. I have done that. Lily says, what herbs grow best in heavy clay? Oh, most of them hate heavy clay, which is why most of my herbs have ended up in pots, Lily, because I've got heavy clay. I've struggled with most of them, although rosemary seemed to do okay. Most of my herbs have been moved to pots because they don't like heavy clay. But lemon balm does, but it likes everything.
Lemon balm loves everything.
Yeah, if you have got heavy clay, you're better off working with pots for the herbs, particularly things like lavender, because they just don't like it. Oh, Christopher has planted clover in his garden area to overtake the grass. I'm trying creeping thyme in the backyard as ground cover. Yes, we've got some creeping thyme. It just kind of grows over the stepping stones. It's lovely. I'm just reading these. Yep. Lizzie's looking at converting part of her grass to creeping thyme as well. It works really well, thyme, doesn't it? In between stepping stones and bits and things. Yeah. Yes, Eva suggested that mint will survive the apocalypse. It will, but I really, really wouldn't put it in the garden because it will. Yeah, definitely pots for those. Heavy clay is a bit of a nightmare, but if you keep digging natural material into it, compost and a bit of gravel, keep digging it over and it will get better. It will get better. It takes a while, but it will get better. But we've been, Heather gave us some special seeds. Didn't you, Heather?
Don't talk about that.
1 out of 4. That's not bad.
Heather gave us some seeds.
I'll go and get it.
very excited. She's going to show off now. We all planted our mandrake seeds at Imbolc, wasn't it? It was the day of the Imbolc ritual. We all planted our mandrake seed, and it had very special instructions with it. And we messaged each other every day as a reminder to water it. And we all looked after them, and we were so attentive. One of them has come up. One of them. The other
Are you
three,
still watering yours?
the other three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Come on then,
Yeah.
show off. Come on and let's have a look. Look at that.
Oh,
But it's still got its. The
but
husk
that
of the seed. It won't come off. It's really. I'm trying to show that. Yeah, the husk of the seed is still on there.
It will drop off eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
But
really
it's,
jealous. We're all really
I-
jealous.
Cannot understand. I'm like, oh, I was really excited thinking someone else's will come up. I'm sure of it, but it's very
They did
bizarre.
say, didn't they? They did say that it might take some time and not to give up hope. So we are still looking after them, but we're all
Mine will all be sort of dead and long gone, and yours will all be thriving.
So yeah, that's their mandrake seeds, which are apparently notoriously difficult to grow.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how. All I did was spritz with water, and that was it. It was most sort of surprising, really.
Here's a waiting patiently beneath
Mandrake baby.
So I think the answer to that is don't give up hope.
No, yeah. I keep waiting for one of you to sort of say, "You guess what?"
No, I checked it today. Nothing there.
I keep charging mine with growth. I keep charging it.
I keep singing. I've talked to it. I've sung to it.
Talked to it. Yeah.
Yep.
Sue wants to know if you've named it Baby Groot. I know what.
He actually does have a name. He's called Monty.
Oh.
After Monty on Gardener's World,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, if he can, encourage things to grow and thrive, then hopefully. So yeah, it sort of worked.
Maybe that's where I went wrong. Maybe I should have given mine a name.
I called mine Morris, but it still hasn't grown.
She doesn't like the name Morris.
No, I don't like the name Morris.
No, Morris, not Morris. Morris. Yes, Heather, Monty Don from
Monty
Gardener's
Don.
World.
I couldn't even remember his surname, but yeah.
So, if everyone is ready, we will close down the circle, working it all in reverse, like we do. Trudy says Monty means wanderer of the mountain.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh.
He's a pioneer.
Mm.
Setting a thought after Monty Python. I think the rest of theirs are after Monty.
I like that. That one's better. I like that.
We're all just waiting. We'll get there. So, if we are ready, I'll hand over to Heather so that we can thank the goddess.
We have seen what needs to be done to obtain wisdom, strength, and spiritual growth, and for lending us your energies. Thank you for your presence here today.
Thank you for your presence
here today.
Element of Earth, you have shown us stability, wisdom, and your knowledge. Thank you for lending us your energies here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for lending us your energies today.
Element of Water, you have shown us compassion, intuition, and how we may heal. Thank you for lending us your energies here today.
Thank you for lending us
your energies
here today. Element of Fire, you have given us the power to be creative and to be motivated. Thank you for lending us your energies here today.
Thank you for lending us your
energies here today. Element of Air, You have brought us inspiration and imagination. Thank you for lending us your energies here today.
Thank you
for
for lending us your energies here today.
We have gathered from far and wide, our hearts and minds connected. By the powers of the energies that reside, this circle is uncast but always protected. Blessings to you all.
Blessings to you all. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. We've got a few minutes. If anybody has any more questions or thoughts or anything, really, we're here for a couple of minutes to answer anything. But we want to thank you all for joining us. As I said, the ritual will go up. I didn't say, Ness said. The ritual will go up on the Kitchen Witch blog tomorrow. The oil blend that we used for the spell, and there's an incense blend as well, is already up on the Kitchen Witch blog. So if you want to have a look at that. Ness, there's a question there from Sue. How do you spell the goddess's name? Excuse me, moving on.
I'll get the piece of paper. It's Verbea. Sort of on
I might have some details of her, but they're not up.
Might be able to pop that in the comments. I can find it. I should be able to add a comment. Yeah.
See, we have got some information about her, but it's downstairs and I'm upstairs, so there you go.
There we go. I've just added it.
Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us. We've already got a date set for the Beltane one. The event is up on the Kitchen Witch Facebook group, so do have a look. I have my usual Friday morning chat over on my author page, 9 a.m. UK time every Friday morning. We will have another Waffling Witches at some point. Don't think have we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, look, we have. Yeah, we've got another Waffling Witches. Already get the links in there. I've lost track of everything this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Someone has, Lizzie. Yes, to a Roman Celtic goddess, kind of. She was actually around before the Romans arrived. She is older than that, much, much older than the Romans. We have been researching and learning all about her. She's very, very ancient. Yes, Heather, almost Verbena, tis. Jane says, thank you. Oh, thank you, Jane, for always joining us. You are very welcome. Eva says, these rituals have really helped me feel so less alone this past year. I felt connected with such wonderful witches from around the world. It's been such a comfort in a messed up year. Oh, right back at you, Eva, right back at you. It has been a way for us to connect with all of you guys, which has been absolutely fantastic. And it has kept us all linked. It works both ways. Everything that we do when we do it online like this only becomes successful because of all you guys as well. Everyone lends their energies. It's our energies and your energies as well. And you guys putting in your insights and making your comments, and it's all brilliant for us too. So our thanks go to all you guys for joining us as well, because we'd be a bit sad sitting here on our own. just us talking to ourselves.
we learn things as well, don't we? From
we do.
Things. Absolutely. Yes. Brilliant.
Carol, I already have a red candle bought for Beltane. Excellent. Lizzie says, do you have a source for that? We have lots of sources, Lizzie. We've been doing a huge amount of research, but you'll have to wait for the information to come up on that. There have been all sorts of, we've actually been delving right into the archaeological history and all sorts of reference books and things. So she was definitely around before the Romans arrived, but we are still working on all the information for that. So it will arrive. It will arrive. So thank you to all of the thank yous that are coming up as well. Yes, it's been absolutely brilliant for us to connect, and for all the time that everybody still wants them, we will still be doing online rituals as well. Obviously, at some point in the future, we will be allowed to get outside and do open rituals again, but we will continue to do these online ones because we make such connections across the globe that it's been fantastic. So we will still keep doing them. And the talks as well, they will continue as well. All the time you guys roll up and listen to us, waffling inanely, we will keep doing it. So Gabby says, thank you for an informative and funny ritual. That's what you get from us. We have a sense of humour. The gods have a sense of humour. So, you know, it all works. It all works. I'm just reading all the messages here. Thank you, everyone. Yes, absolutely brilliant, you guys. Thank you so much. Xenia says, yes, please, as online rituals and talks are the only way for me and others not in the UK or disabled people to actually take part. Yes, absolutely. And let's bear in mind that, you know, us four that are on the screen here, we're missing Gypsy and Storm today. Gypsy is miles and miles. She's a 4-hour drive away from me. Heather's hour and a half from me. Sue and Ness are half an hour from me. And Storm, who usually joins us, is in America. She's a plane ride away from all of us. So even for us, we're not exactly on each other's doorsteps. So for us, it's brilliant to keep connected as well. So we will still keep doing it. For anybody that wants to still rock up, we will still do them. And if anybody wants us to talk about anything in particular at our Waffling Witches, do message us with suggested subjects and we will do our very best to cover them. And that goes for my Friday morning talks as well. If you want anything in particular, just give us a shout. And ritual suggestions as well, I guess. We are open to most things, as long as they're legal and don't require us doing any actual physical exercise. We're open to most things. So a huge, big thank you, as always, to these lovely ladies that you see on the screen here. I couldn't do what I do without these lovely ladies. They support myself, they support the students, and they've kept me sane, really. Well, ish. Particularly in this last mad year and a half. So thank you to all these guys on your screen as well. And thank you to you guys. And sending you blessings of spring. May everything that you wish for grow. And with that, we will leave you to it. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.